No place. It's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy themselves some food. And Jesus replied, they do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. Bring them here to me, he said. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. And taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven and gave thanks and broke the loaves. And then he gave them to the disciples. And the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Remember what I discussed earlier about the way the Bible counts?
Yes.
So this is called the feeding of the 5,000, but it should probably be called the feeding of the 30,000 if you take in consideration the wives, the children, the grandparents. Okay, so the feeding of the 30,000. And so Jesus is basically teaching his disciples a lesson in faith. They tell them, send them away to the villages to buy food, and he says, where is your faith? And sit them down over here on the grass, and we will provide. And so the church here is built on the remains of a 4th century Byzantine era church, which is a relatively small church. In the 5th century, a different church was built on top of that, much larger. And the church here is modern, but it's built on the foundation of the 5th century church and is built with the same plan. Not only that, inside, on the left wall, on the left, you will see part of the wall, the original walls of the 5th century church. And the floor has a beautiful mosaic floor. Parts of it are original from 1,500 years ago. And the rest of the parts of the recent construction were done in the same style, the same pattern, as the original mosaics from 1,500 years ago. Some of the artwork in the mosaic has, I would say, Egyptian motifs. Anybody leave?
Somebody missing?
Somebody missing a pack over here? Maybe a previous group we just got here? Give it maybe in the shop. And so we find there in the artwork of the mosaic some Egyptian art-type artwork, which would suggest one of 2 things. Either it was an Egyptian artist roaming around and making mosaics, or there was a catalog where they had different mosaics also with Egyptian artwork, and people would come and pick it out and say, I want this mosaic and I want that mosaic. You should understand that mosaic is, the stones are original color. There's no paint in a mosaic. Basically, you collect stones from different geological formations that have different colors and different shades of colors, and that's how you make the mosaic. So there's no paint in the mosaic, and therefore the colors survive for, in this case, 1,500 years. So, as I said, this church is an exact replica of a Byzantine era church, the basilical style, where you have a central nave which is wide and tall, and on both sides you have narrow aisles. Narrow aisles that are lower, so windows can bring light and air into the central nave. And in the back you have the apse, where you have the famous Hadcha mosaic. Underneath the altar, you have a basket with loaves of bread and fish. Okay, go inside, visit the church, and in 10 minutes, we're going to head out, okay? So take 10 minutes, visit the church, and then come back out to the bus.
Siamo rimasti indietro.
No more. Mom,
Okay.
chop it off now. Chop it off.